is 8 o'clock on the East Coast. It is 5 o'clock on the West Coast. It is the 4th of December in the year of our Lord 2025. Season 16, episode 23, 444 times. You have been welcome to the Clubhouse Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. Welcome. My name is Rob. I am the executive producer of said Clubhouse Podcast, and I had a nice little fireplace going earlier today. It's better low 40s here. Check local listings. And my house smells fantastic right now. That way from me, up the other that way from me is my co-host and a man whose shirt kind of matches mine. He is Alex.
Well, I figured since we're going to be talking about something a little bit later, I'd honor one of my favorite cameos in a movie, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but we match for a different reason.
Oh, I can't see what yours is. I'm sorry. Very true.
Two of my favorite things in the same shirt. At the bottom of your screen is the official fact checker of Sooner Gator Productions and a man that steals more thunder than Thundercats. You know him as Igbunu, but his mama named him Don Ford. I'm going to call him Don Ford. Hey, man.
For you. How many of your yearly Christmas movies have you seen now? Because it's past Thanksgiving, so it's time. You're able to start now.
I can, but I haven't. I have seen a Christmas movie, but we're going to talk about it later in the show.
Okay, but your National Lampoon, Christmas Story, you haven't seen those yet.
No, it's because I'm trying to get my 2025 movies watched right now.
Okay.
The only non-2025 movies I've been watching are ones because they're like part of a double feature, which we're going to talk about later in the show, with a 2025 movie. So just stick around. We'll talk about it. Before we get started, I want to send a quick shout out. We have another new show right here at Sunset Lounge DFW. It is called Signal 51 Chronicles. Signal 51 is the police code for an investigation. These guys are awesome. They're on YDC this week, so make sure you're checking out all of their episodes as well if you are into those kinds of things. Like I said, there's some for everybody at Sunset Lounge DFW. And this is our, I guess you could call this our penultimate show of the year.
That is true.
Next week, we'll be doing bull picks.
Mm-hmm.
And then the week after that, we may or may not be live with everybody else.
True.
And then the Thursday after that is Christmas, and the Thursday after that is New Year's Day. So we'll have stuff for you. I'm working on that currently. Hope you enjoyed last week's episode of my conversation with Reno Wilson. Got a couple more of those in the can. A bunch of stuff that I've had now. Files are corrupted. I don't know how to fix it, and I'm so sad. Some great Q&As I can't even get to now. I don't know what happened. But let's dive right in, gentlemen. We have an RIP in the world of sports. The great Fuzzy Zeller passed away the other day. One of the best names in sports.
Absolutely.
One of the best golfers of our time.
And he was one of the original bigger personalities after, because you had, Jack and Arnie, and then it kind of got a little bit mellow. Greg Norman had the hat and everything, but it was kind of a pure gentleman's. And then Fuzzy came in and he was like, I'm going to have a good time.
Him and Chichi Rodriguez.
Yes. But
like he was
John
back in the sheath.
John Daly put up a nice tribute, since Fuzzy did a lot to help him when he was getting started as, the wild child that they both were. So it sorely missed.
So let's get into the week that was in NCAA football. The regular season's done outside of one game, because
Saturday, it's always that last one, right?
Always Army-Navy followed by the Heisman. So Sunday, you'll have Selection Sunday, which is why we're doing our bull picks on next week's show, because we don't know who's in what yet.
There's two bowls that are already set. That's it. And one of them is the Hawaii Bowl, and Hawaii ain't leaving.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing. This is going to be a test of the system, because the ACC championship, if Duke wins, you have to make an argument to put a 3 or 4 loss team into the playoffs because they win the conference. So I'm going to be interested to see how this works. But otherwise, around college football, Ole Miss wins again and will be without their coach for the playoffs.
That's a thing.
Coach, but Lane Kiffin can't because he's going to LSU, but so was one of the other ones. But they were like, no, you're cool. It's like, you're cool. You're cool. You're cool. You're cool. Like that's what Ole Miss did.
Have you seen all of what's coming out at Lane Kiffin from Ole Miss?
I get to Lane Kiffin critical mass very quickly.
Allow me to also say, remember, FAU was his rehab spot. So I am very connected to this. But I love that he puts out a press release that says, I wanted to coach, but they wouldn't let me, and all the players wanted me to. And now every single one of the players is like, that's not how that meeting went, homie.
They just all, bye.
Yeah.
But they do beat Mississippi State by 17. Utah beats Kansas by 10. Georgia over Georgia Tech during rivalry weekend. Longhorns beat A&M by 10, which has caused some very interesting ripples there. Indiana State's at number 2 as they beat Purdue, like Purdue owes them money in their own house. Arizona also on the road. They win over Arizona State. Ohio State wins the game. 27-9 to stay at number 1.
First time in 6 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every year they're like, if he loses this game, he gets fired. I'm like, you say that every year. So now he wins and he'll shut up, you know?
Well, and the funny thing is, you look at it, apparently there was 2 years where it didn't happen because of COVID and then other things.
Tech all over West Virginia, beating them by 7 touchdowns, and they scored 49 points. So do the math.
Yep.
Miami beats Pitt 38-7. BYU by 20 over Central Florida, which I'm always good with. Vandy, big win over Tennessee.
Yup.
I was officiating a wedding last Saturday and went to the reception at this beautiful restaurant over in Allen. And I walked in, and it was like the last 5 minutes of that game. And my head, literally, I did a double take. And one of the servers was like, can we help you, sir? I'm like, no, I just wanted to make sure I saw that correctly. Oregon.
Before we get off of that, did you see the Diego Pavia effect during the signings?
I did not.
Georgia basically had the number 1 QB, 5-star recruit locked up. And then suddenly he picked Vandy at the signing.
Oh, that's right. I did hear about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Oregon by 12 over Washington. Oklahoma beats LSU as they're in flux. Virginia by 20. Tulane by 27. Alabama wins that game. Is that the Claret Jug?
The Claret Jug is the British Open. What was that one?
Alabama Auburn.
Auburn. There is a trophy. I think it's the War Eagle trophy, but I'll look it up.
No, I think it's some kind of a jug. It's like an iron jug or something.
It is the Iron Bowl. So
USC by 19 over UCLA. Cal beats SMU by a field goal, and Notre Dame by 29. So stay by the channel. Coming up next week, we will have our full bowl preview show. It's going to be tough to beat last year's. The presentation last year was pretty good. I'm just going to use the same template and just change out the pictures. Let's get into the NFL. Can we talk about Madden Cast for a minute? If you did not watch the Prime Black Friday game, I was intrigued when I tuned in because they talked about this thing called Madden Cast. I'm sorry, Madden Cast. Madden Cast is Monday Night Football.
This is my response.
But hold on. You've got to talk a little bit because you gave me something and I want to piggyback off of it. I texted Alex and I was like, is this going to be like Prime Vision? Because I love Prime Vision. I'm watching it right now, as a matter of fact, ready for the game to start. But then they started to show what it was. And one of the things that was on there was like, the analysts were picking plays like they were doing it in Madden, which luckily they barely did the whole game, thank God. Because that was just too much on my screen at one time. It was like a dime store Prime Vision.
And that's giving it too much credit.
You had the Honey Badger
Mm-hmm.
covering the defensive side. What was the name of the guy that was doing the offensive side that you liked?
Kurt Benkert.
You said he's great. Now,
okay. So the background.
Go ahead.
Sorry. The background on Kurt Benkert was he was for multiple years a backup quarterback in the NFL. Now, where he may have lacked in the skills of, say, a Lamar or a Joe Burrow, he was a hyper intelligent player, which is why he was always like having another coach as a backup QB. And he, with Madden coming out, with college football by EA coming out, he dove in about how to read defenses in the game, how realistic some of the motions were, and teaching people to be a better player by using real world experience. And he is phenomenally intelligent. But I don't know if he was nervous because of the Madden cast or something along those lines, but he was...
That's where I was going.
A shell of what I have seen him do. And I think part of it for him was it was no longer his deal, but he was doing something for someone else. You could tell there were some nerves, but the other part about it was he, on his own videos, would do the entire thing. So for him having to hand off half of what he's normally doing to the Honey Badger, whether or not he did a good job, I couldn't make it far enough to care. I apologize.
I got through the whole game. And again, great. His knowledge was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, there were moments where I was like, this is great. It just turned into a charisma vacuum.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the hard part.
That's why. But plus, there were times where he was literally handing off to Tyrann Mathieu, and Matthew's just staring.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you have to engage.
Yeah, you're on camera.
Because when he did talk, it was good.
Yeah.
Some of it got repetitious. But it was, I mean, maybe they just need to work on that more and work out some of the kinks and the chemistry. But
honestly, I think they were trying to find somebody that would be a known name like the Honey Badger for an audience or something. But if you have people that are interested in the Madden Cast, because of the Madden aspect to it, I'm going to say it right now. I love Tyrann Mathieu. I want nothing but the best for him. Kurt can run that show by himself. Let him do it like it's his own. Make it more intimate. Forget trying to show it like it's a big studio, like it's a big deal. Let it be that. I use this term very lightly and loosely. Let it be a more intimate deal. Nice yawn. But
go ahead.
Oh, the other thing, it is the Foy ODK Trophy for Auburn, Alabama. So it's got a terrible name.
Two things I think could make it better.
Hit it.
One is because of my OCD.
Mm-hmm.
Have them both had the same screens like Kirk did, where Kirk's was like here, but there was another one on the floor.
Yeah.
That messed with my OCD. Have them both with their own screens. Now, use that to piggyback. And if you're going to do the thing where they pick the plays, make it a touch screen, make each of them pick their play, and then put the play they picked on the screen and don't show all the other things.
Yeah.
And then look at the accuracy of the play they've called versus the play that was run. I think that would make it 20 times more engaging for everybody.
Yeah.
And accuracy, you can gamify it. And the guy that's got the higher accuracy gets like a trophy for a week or something.
Bragging rights. The other one has to wear the other one's alma mater's jersey for the next week or something. Something fun. But it's really interesting because if you go to Kurt Benkert's YouTube, you'll see a lot of the videos where he's literally playing against somebody online and he's like, okay, they called a cover 2 shell. Here's where the corner is going to come in on the nickel. And here he comes on the blitz. And he was electric on his ability to call the defenses from the offensive side. So give me more of that, because remember when Romo first started out and we were like, oh my God, he can really call these plays as they're coming up. Benkert is better.
Well, like I said, just don't let this be a one-off. Give these guys a couple more tries at this.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying take away my Prime Vision because that will anger me. Oh no, that was Peacock that was doing that was
Peacock that does the Madden.
Sorry, not Prime, because Prime does Prime Vision, which I love to death. except last week during the prime game, and I had no audio in the entire second half and don't know why. I could hear the crowd, but I didn't get the commentary, and I didn't get I could hear the doodling when the little dude popped up.
There's one thing I do want to add to it just for sheer entertainment value. I want Jared Kiso sitting in the corner talking smack on them whenever they get it wrong, like he's on 2-on-1 from Shorzy.
Just from the corner, just like, set the tone.
Exactly.
All right, let's get into the week that was in the NFL. By the way, we got some announcements from Super Bowl Licks. Charlie Puth will be singing the Star Spangled Banner. I like that kid. He's got a lot of talent. Brandy Carlisle will sing America the Beautiful.
Nice.
I also like, and Coco Jones, who I also like, will sing Lift Every Voice and Sing. That was announced this past week. Green Bay goes to Detroit and wins. Detroit was giving them 3. By the time we got to the late set on Sunday, I texted Alex. I'm like, this week I'm like 1 for. And
I think my response was I turned off football 2 hours ago.
Kansas City goes into Dallas. They were giving 3.5, but Dallas ends up winning by a field goal in a crazy game. Cincinnati goes to Baltimore and wins. Was that Madden Cast? I think that was, because the Friday
the biggest upset of the week.
Yeah,
I think.
No, but I think that was the Madden Cast.
It was.
And then Black Friday was Chicago. I would say this might be a bigger upset.
It is to me.
Philly was giving 7 and Chicago wins by 9.
But I don't know that we can really call it a bigger upset because Chicago's been winning and playing well.
5 in a row.
What I'm saying is they're beating teams and they're playing incredibly well despite having deficiencies in defense, whereas Cincinnati has been garbage all year. Yeah, Burrow's back, but we didn't expect him to come back this well.
Well, that was
so I actually kind of side with Don on this one.
That was
you look at some of these teams that started off bad, like Denver, and they won 10 in a row now or something like that. You know,
that's a different team we'll talk about here in a minute.
I'm saying, but
it's not Denver. It's not Denver. It's a different team that did that. Just so hold on to it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Denver only has 2 losses on the year, Don.
Because
they start like 1 and 2, I think, if then they been killing it. So
that's a different team.
Okay. All right.
Cut the check.
Sorry.
What?
I'll wait.
I'm done.
What I was saying was during the Madden Cast, the Cincinnati defense was about 40% of what the Honey Badger was saying. Like, this shouldn't be happening.
Yeah. The announcers were also talking about that on the other broadcast, where they were like, yeah, Cincinnati has never succeeded like this. We don't know what's happening.
Getting into Sunday, the Rams go to Carolina. Carolina was getting 10 and win by 3. Looks like Rams are starting to ram a little bit. Tampa Bay was giving 4, but they only win by 3. This was a tough game to watch.
Yeah.
Through it. The Jets, because Falcon's gonna Falcon.
Oh, my God.
The Jets were getting 3 and win by 3. So why not? Miami, as much as I said I was reluctantly taking Miami, there was a reason for that because they were giving 5.5 and win by 4. But Miami's now rattled off like 3 or 4 in a row. But it's the Floyd Mayweather of it all.
Yeah.
You beat teams that you're supposed to beat.
Mm-hmm.
Houston, you want to talk about a real off football game.
Wow.
We went over to my mother-in-law's on Sunday, and I was, as I told Alex, she doesn't have like the red zone, so I was watching one game like a commoner. I walked in and she had the Houston game on, and I was like, wait, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
It's not the biggest what the heck was that of the week. We'll get to that in a minute, and I apologize to Alex ahead of time.
No, that's okay. I got it. I was expected.
Indy was giving 3. Houston wins by 4. Jacksonville giving 6 to Tennessee, but didn't need it because they beat them by 22.
Yeah.
San Francisco giving 5 doesn't need it because they beat Cleveland like Cleveland owes them money in their own house. Seattle blanks Minnesota after giving them 12, not helping Super Bowl pick.
Nope.
Chargers, you can't say Chargers not charging because it was Vegas.
Yeah.
They were giving 9.5 and win by 17. Don. How do I give faith to your boys and they get the brakes beat off of them? 26-7.
I know.
Josh Allen, my fantasy quarterback, but still. Sunday Night Football, Denver giving 6 and wins by a point to a dilapidated Commanders.
You know what? That team is playing hard with Mariota.
I appreciate it, but it just makes
I hate Collinsworth even more after that game.
I didn't watch it with a commentary.
So
We're having dinner.
I don't know why, but he kept pronouncing it. And you know when somebody keeps saying a name and it sounds weird, but then they keep saying it and it makes it more awkward? He can't say Mariota. So he kept saying Mariota. Mariota. And
Still
I'm like,
better
what
than
is
what the
happening?
commissioner did at the draft.
What?
Mark, because at the draft, Goodell called him Marcus Mariota
That is true. You're right.
because they play it on Bob and Tom all the time.
But like the Mariota, it was like, is somebody stabbing him?
And then Monday Night Football.
Ooh.
Oh,
I expected this, but not this bad.
This is the team you were thinking about. It's New England. Because New England came out of the gate way weak, and they've rattled off like 9 in a row. I actually texted Alex on Monday, and I was like, I just now realized that the New England Patriots are 10-2.
I think somebody on this panel said they were going to win double-digit games.
I put no faith in anything anymore because this has been the most insane season in the history of ever.
That is true. I mean, all you have to do is look at Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday football. Not only did all 4 underdogs cover, all 4 underdogs won outright.
And
That's
Don,
insane.
you are now officially on Mike Tomlin watch because he's only 2 games from 5. He's at 500 right now. He wins 3 more games, and the streak stays alive. Now, if you're Ben Roethlisberger, that doesn't matter because he threw out some HSOs this week about they need to blow it up and start over. But you know, we're officially on Mike Tomlin watch as of right now.
And again, he has a winning record. He gets to go to the dance, but doesn't get a date.
But there's a lot of teams that can't even say that. That's
I think it's an 8-9 season because I'm looking. You got Dolphins and Browns. They should beat.
But if they beat Dolphins and Browns, that would put them at 8-8.
8-9 because there's 17 games.
I keep thinking there's 16.
Because that's what it was forever for a long time.
We are now haze gray and underway, brother. Shout out to Reiner. In Detroit at 4. Detroit currently up 3-0. They're giving 3.5. I actually took Detroit in this game because sooner or later the Magic's going to run out for Dallas, and it's tonight.
I saw a statistic earlier today, and it kind of made me feel a certain kind of way because since the Quinn and Williams trade, Dallas has one of the top defenses in the NFL. It's insane. They're stopping the run on everything except for that first drive. But then again, those were short passes.
Don, what you thinking?
Dallas is going to lose. Magic is up.
Yeah, I took Detroit, but I had to think about it for a while. What really pushed me over the edge was certain key players on Dallas that are out injured that I think are going to wind up hurting the team.
Going into Sunday, Pittsburgh goes to Baltimore. These teams between them are both at 500 right now. Go back to August and tell me Baltimore is 500 in December, and I'm telling you, you're out of your mind.
Yep.
Baltimore is giving Pittsburgh 5.5. This is dicey, man, because And Don, keep me honest here. This game hinges on which Aaron Rodgers shows up.
Mhm.
It's nobody else. It's that man. Because, like, I appreciate the hit he took and the blood coming from his nose, and he just kept playing because he's Aaron Rodgers. But, man, if I were a betting man, which Lord knows I'm not, I would avoid this game by the plague. But since I have to take a pick, Don, I'm putting faith in your boys one more week. Give me Pittsburgh plus 5.5 at home.
I agree on the Pittsburgh side, but I think the bigger question is what happened to Lamar Jackson? I know he's coming back from injury, but he's been bad at everything since he came back.
Yeah, it's not been good for them.
And honestly, I think because Pittsburgh still has good playmakers on defense, 5.5, 6 is just too many.
Don?
Thing. I have no faith in my Steelers this year. And I think in the end, they're going to lose this game. But here's the thing. Line's 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
Like how many times throughout the years I could say where Baltimore could be 10-3 and Pittsburgh could be 4-9, and it's still going to come down to 3 points.
Well, it's like you talk about. It's
division.
In this division.
The black and bruised division.
Your division, sir.
Yes. So here's the thing. Steelers are going to lose, but I'm taking Pittsburgh with the points.
All right.
Because it's going to be that close. It always is.
And a little inside football on this one. When the line opened at 6, a $500,000 bet was put on Pittsburgh instantly.
Indy goes to Jacksonville. Jacksonville giving 1.5. This is another game where both teams have an identical record. Let me say that again. The Colts and the Jaguars have the same record, which you could, if you go to the past and you're like, oh boy, they're both bad. They're both 8-4, people. They're both at a 667 win percentage right now. But you know what? Give me Jacksonville minus 1.5 at home because I can't believe I'm saying this. Jacksonville is rolling.
I'm actually going to make a different statement there. Jacksonville is plus 1.5. They're the underdog at home.
You are correct. I'm still
and Indianapolis. And Indianapolis has been playing like the Daniel Jones I expected all season. Give me the Jags. They're just finding ways to win. Liam Cohen's doing the thing, and Trevor Lawrence is coming around.
And my pick stays the same. Give me Jacksonville plus 1.5.
Absolutely.
Don.
What I've been saying all year, they are my dark horse. I've been saying it, and I've been picking them every week. And you know what? I'm 660. I got better record with Jacksonville than they do the whole season overall. So do you know what? It's gonna be a close game. These they're the dark horse of my team. I'm taking Jacksonville. I can't say anything different. I've been doing it. This is gonna be the 13th time I picked Jacksonville this whole season, and I'm standing by him.
And I think I can speak for all of us when I say there's a reason we're just not talking about the fantasy of the pick'ems because everything is just a disaster right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's so bad that the ESPN app that we use for the Sunset Lounge League, I am playing Groobs this week. The prediction shows that I will score more points than Groobs, but the likelihood of victory for me is 0%. If that tells you anything,
that cannot be right.
I looked at it this morning, unless there had to have been a glitch, but it just like that's the story of my season. And I'm playing Jay in fantasy this week, so I'm animated today, you guys. And we're just getting started.
I think what you saw was a 0% chance at the playoffs.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, because the playoffs actually start right now in that league.
Playoffs? But I've got to have a game this week.
Right, because there's the consolation ladder.
New Orleans goes to Raymond James Stadium. Tampa Bay giving 8.5. It ain't enough. The Saints are playing to finish. I know this is divisional, but the Saints are playing to finish. Give me Tampa Bay plus 8.5. I mean, minus 8.5. Good Lord, I can't read today.
Same boat with you, Rob, on that. I don't see Tampa Bay's too tough. New Orleans.
Honestly, New Orleans has been impressing me all season. I am shocked how good Tyler Shuck is playing compared to expectations. And with Baker Mayfield still being banged up, I could kind of see this going either way just because that's a big number. So give me New Orleans.
Dolphins go to MetLife to play the Jets. Miami's giving them 3. I can't trust the JETS choke right now. Miami -3s. I'm not happy about it, but it's Miami -3, as bad as this team has been all season.
This feels like a bet the under game for some reason, because even though both defenses are bad right now, the offenses aren't really doing much. I'm actually going to take the Jets and the points at home.
For reference, the over-under is 41.5.
Yeah.
Don.
Yeah. It's 3 now, but it started at 2.5. So that shows that more people are going towards Miami now.
$500,000.
I'm going to take Miami.
Minnesota is giving a safety at home to Football Club. Minnesota continuing to underperform. I'm taking Minnesota, but it's only because it's only 2 points.
I'm actually going to take Washington for the same things I was saying before. They're playing hard. Minnesota doesn't look it. I am sorry, Mike. I know it was your birthday the other day, but Minnesota has looked terrible, and I think Justin Jefferson might just punch J.J. McCarthy in the face by the end of this game. Give me Washington and the points.
Started at 2. Now it's 1.5. So I think they're more going towards Washington, like you're thinking, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be one of the games of who cares, though, when it comes down to it, unfortunately. But I'm going to take. I'm taking Washington.
It's still 2, Don.
I thought it's no. I mean,
no. The current's down to 1.5.
It was
I've got
1.5
on my screen right now.
Live Vegas odds has it at 1.5.
Right, but we go by Yahoo Sports.
Oh no, I'm clarifying. Don is not incorrect. We're just looking at 2 different sources.
Tennessee goes to Cleveland. These teams combined are 4-20. And
can I take a bet that the Cleveland defense is the highest scoring unit of the day?
Cleveland is giving 4, and your over-under is 33.5. I'm just gonna take. I'm just because I'm taking Tennessee in the points. Just because,
until Tennessee gets their offensive line figured out and Cam Ward stops getting knocked down every 5 seconds, Cleveland's offense doesn't have to be good. Myles Garrett's going to have 17 sacks just in this game. No, not really, but you know what I mean. They might actually break the record for sacks, and I'm taking Cleveland and with even giving up the points.
Start 4.5. They both stink, but you know what? Cleveland, sometimes they can surprise you. I'm taking Cleveland.
I'm going to give you this next one. I got to walk away for a second. Cincinnati goes to Buffalo. Buffalo giving 5.5. Give me Buffalo, and I will be right back.
I honestly don't know what to do with this one at this point, because I didn't expect Cincinnati to play as well as they did last week. And they looked great on defense, and I'm shocked if that's just a Burrow effect, in which case we've seen historically where big players come back to the offense and the entire team feels uplifted. I don't know if they just won their Super Bowl last week against the Ravens. I'm still going to take Buffalo, but I think it's going to be a closer game because there might actually be some weather as well. What do you think, Don?
Well, it's one of those that they got the potential. They really do. And sometimes they just had some bad breaks. Because if they would have had things go on their side, and now that's football, it is what it is, they could easily be 10-2 right now, too. Instead
Absolutely.
of 8.
That's a great point.
Let's say they were 10-2, then it'd be a totally different game. But, sometimes it's just like, the 3-point or 1-score games with, KC and their record. I still think Buffalo is a little bit better. And Bengals, it's not a division game. So, and they're banged up. I'm going to take the Bills 5.5 easy on this.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, gentlemen. Jackson.
It's all right.
having a coughing fit and it kind of freaked me out. Okay.
No worries. I think we all had Buffalo on that one just to recap since
Seattle goes to Atlanta. We're still in the early set.
Yeah, but I think this is the last one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seattle's giving a touchdown. It ain't enough.
No.
They might win this by 20. They might get to 44.5 on their own.
This is a ladder bet for me. This is one where you bet it at the number all the way up to 13.5. Take it with the odds increasing to try and go there. I don't know that Atlanta even scores in this game. They're playing offense a little bit better than Minnesota was, but how many points did Minnesota score? Was it 0? Because I think it was 0. So give me Seattle all the way up to 13.5. Don.
Yes, 7.5 is a lot, but still, I think, again, Seattle's not that. I mean, Falcons are just imploding inside. They could be a lot better than they are. I'm taking Seattle.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention my oops from last week was just go watch the Young Hoku clip.
Young Waku.
Yes.
Yeah.
How the mighty have fallen.
Allegedly, my tweet got shown in Circa Sports on it. Did you see what I said?
No.
So, friend of the show, Jeffrey Benson, who is the director of operations at Circa, laughed heartily at my response of, hey, over under 4.5 days before we find out that Younghoe Koo has been betting his unders ever since he became the most accurate kicker in NFL history.
Yeah.
It got put up on the big screen in Circa. I wish somebody had gotten a picture for me.
Denver goes to Vegas. Two teams with mirroring records. Denver at 10-2, Vegas at 2-10. Denver's giving him 7.5. It's not enough. The Raiders, whose autumn wind ends in 2 weeks. They're just not good.
It's been bad. It's been really bad for Vegas. This one, the obvious bet and pull on this one is RJ Harvey to finally break out since he's been struggling to get yards as a rookie running back. I'm thinking he scores 2 touchdowns again, but has yardage to match, and they wind up winning this by 2 touchdowns.
Just for reference, we live in a world where Ed Hockley's kid has now been in the league almost a decade.
Yeah.
Don.
They're just been too tough. I know, again, 7.5 is a lot, but I think that the Donkeys will easily flap them around, so I'm taking the Donkeys.
Rams at Cardinals, another game whose teams and records mirror each other. Rams at 9-3, Arizona at 3-9. Rams are giving 8. And by the way, teams on the bye this week: Carolina, Giants, New England, San Francisco. This is the last week for the bye, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's see. Rams giving 8 to Arizona. They'll cover this.
I agree. The Rams defense has actually looked kind of weak over the last month after being very dominant. They're still playing well, but it's really interesting to see how much the Cards look different with Jacoby Brissett at quarterback. There is no quit. There is fight to the last moment. It's really kind of awesome to watch because I feel like the league is better when a team like Arizona is quality. So we're going to see what happens in the end of this season. But I think that makes 2 for 2 on the Cards. Are you making it 3, Don?
No, I'm taking the Rams.
Oh, I apologize. I thought you said the Cardinals.
Give me Rams -8.
Oh, then I'm on we got it split. Don, break the tie.
All right, here's the thing. It started at 8.5. Now it's 8 because more people, I think, are going towards the Cardinals with that big of a thing. I think Rams will win, but not by 8.5. I'm taking the Cards with the points.
Rounding out the late set, Chicago goes to the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. Green Bay giving 6.5. The Bears are quietly playing very well. Weather's not a factor for these teams. This is a rivalry game.
Mm-hmm.
I will take Chicago plus 6.5.
Interestingly enough, on this one, both teams have been playing to their opponents. So it's been close games. Great teams have been playing great against each other. When they've been playing bad teams, well, Green Bay did lose to Cleveland early in the year. But Chicago's still giving up big plays, and Jordan Love has been playing really well over the last few weeks. It's a big number for a division game, but I'm going to take the Packers. Ziggy, join me.
These two teams have played more than any other team ever in the NFL.
True.
They know each other, and I just think, you know what? Green Bay has that streak, but there's just about something with Chicago too. I think, Chicago has some wins in there, and with 6.5, I'm taking Chicago.
Detroit now acting like me at a Ring of Honor show, as they have scored the safety, but it is under review currently. Sunday Night Football, Houston goes to Arrowhead. KC giving 3.5. Kansas City is playing for survival right now. They are trying to stay competitive. They understand they have to win out. Give me Kansas City at home +3 or minus 3.5.
Weather could be an issue in this one, especially in Arrowhead. A night game in Arrowhead might be the most significant home field advantage in the league. Houston's defense has been playing great. The offense looked decent last week, but it wasn't exactly against a good defense, and Kansas City's still playing some defense. Oh, this is one of those you could flip a coin and pick either side. I'm going to take Houston because that defense looks like the best unit in the NFL right now.
Don?
You know what? I just think that Kansas City is just imploding. And you know what? Houston has some things, and they're not. Kansas City is just not lucky like they were last year. So with all those close games, and I think it's going to keep continuing. So I'm going to take Houston, especially 3.5.
They pulled the safety off the board.
Yeah, the ball was outside when first contact. Do you want to see the level of degeneracy on this game, though? I don't know if this is coming through. Those are all the different line changes that have happened today on that game. Let's see. Total change, total change, total change, total change, total change, total change, line change, total change, total change, total. This is all over the place. It's insane. Nobody knows what's going to happen.
You said something earlier. I can't say that Kansas City this time of year is the most dangerous place, but I think it's in a 1-1A situation with the frozen tundra.
That's a fair point.
And I would give also close to being outside this time of year to Buffalo and Pittsburgh.
Now, the reason I will still put Arrowhead above that is because Lambeau, while being a very passionate group, Arrowhead tends to be the loudest on top of the weather. It used to be Seattle.
Yeah.
Seattle
still gets loud, though.
Oh, yes, they do. They absolutely do. But the difference is that Seattle's stadium is actually designed to do that. Arrowhead's just loud.
Monday Night Football next week. Eagles go to SoFi. Philly giving 2.5. It's December. Chargers going Charger. Give me Philly.
You know, this line is way too small, especially when you realize Justin Herbert had to have hand surgery on his non-throwing hand after the game just this week. So he's probably going to have some fresh stitches or something. He ain't going to be comfortable. But Jordan Davis has officially been ruled out, the big run stopper and pressure up the middle. That defense is still good. Give me Philly.
Don.
I think that Philly wants to get to this division, and they think that they have to really win this to really get to win this thing. So I'm taking Philly.
All right. We'll worry about NBA, NHL a little bit farther down the road because we're already 45 minutes in.
Oh, yeah.
We do want to send a quick shout out to CBD House of Healing, one of the official sponsors right here at Sunset Lounge DFW. This time of year, man, as you get older, you realize how much the change of seasons can affect you. Aches, pains, the anxiety of the holidays will keep you up at night. If you want to solve those problems and you want to do it naturally, we would like to suggest CBD House of Healing. It's a woman-owned CBD boutique. They want to help you out. They've only got products from their lab that are made to their very, very high standards. their standards. That's why they use their own stuff. Summer Hansen, who's their owner, she's also a registered nurse. So she knows what she's doing, and she wants to build those relationships, trusting relationships with education. She wants to give you the knowledge to care for yourself, because self-care is where it actually happens. It's not just like, here's a thing, go do a thing. She wants to tailor a program for you to help get rid of those aches and pains, let you sleep better at night, take care of that stress level. Right at the bottom of the screen, cbddallas.com is the website. You can also grab a slushie. I know it's cold, but slushies are year-round. You can grab one of those at their brick and mortar, 8550 Plano Road, Suite 101, that is at Northwest Highway and Plano Road. Get healing at the House of Healing. All right, boys, let's get into TV talk and stuff we watched this week on television. I will have something next week, but I don't have something tonight for this.
I hesitate to talk about my stuff we watched this week because I really want to. I know you want to go into it cold, so I will just say I have seen Stranger Things. If anybody is interested and has not seen it, you need to go watch it.
I'm watching. We have the appointment is set for Saturday at noon.
Mm-hmm. But you understand. I really want to talk about it, but I'm respecting your decision to not know anything.
And that's why I'm telling you it's on the books. So
you're saying you haven't watched Stranger Things? You're holding off on it? Okay.
I had to because Phil went out of town for the holiday.
Okay.
So he and Maddie and I are getting together Saturday at noon to get through season 5, part 1.
Okay. So we did watch that, but I'm not going to say anything except I like it. That's it.
I want to co-sign with Dawn even harder, but
I will have that to talk about next week. And tonight, the Great Christmas Light Fight returns, and this is one of my favorite things all year.
Yes, it is. You have been for years the fan one of Christmas Light Fight.
12 now, which is crazy to believe. But I love that show so much. It comes back tonight. It's recording, I think, probably as we speak. Also from ABC/Hulu/Disney. Okay.
Yeah. Billy the Kid on MGM. They finally did this series finale. It's been a great series overall. I loved the series. And I'll say watch it, but the end just got too historically incorrect and went off some of these Yahoo theories. I wish they would have ended it better than they did. That's my big thing.
Okay.
It was been a great series, but I loved it. Yeah.
What was the inaccuracy that you were referring to? Because I actually am curious about this.
He actually kills the governor of New Mexico, which he never did.
No. Okay. Now I get you. Because I thought Young Guns got a little bit strange with it.
Take that strangeness, but take it to another level.
Exactly. That's why I was curious because.
Okay. Now the other we did on Netflix. We binged this because the Fantastic Four love shows from this time period and stuff like the Gilded Age and everything. Mm-hmm. The House of Guinness on Netflix.
Oh, that is on the list.
We binged all 8 in literally within a 24-hour period. You could say we binged that show. So if you love that kind of stuff like Gilded Age and everything, great. There are some kind of brutal scenes in there, but it was really, really good. And they will be coming out, I think, with another series, I think, in next year or something like that, they were saying. So,
but yes. I just realized we haven't been on air since finishing King and Conqueror.
Okay.
That one you should add to the list. It is. And the funny thing is, I like that era, kind of the medieval, a little bit earlier. Somebody told me, like, if you watch Vikings, then Last Kingdom, then King and Conqueror, it's all one family line from different areas or different eras that you can go through the history. It's so cool.
And where's that at? King and Conqueror?
That is on Prime Video.
Okay, King and Conqueror. Okay.
Also from ABC/Hulu/Disney Plus, they have renewed Chad Powers for season 2.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. That came down today.
Didn't that feel like a show that would have been like one season and then you're a closed loop?
You kind of like, if you had the Office linebacker and maybe that's got one season in it.
Terry Tate, let's go.
They have renewed.
Fun fact. That guy that's the Office linebacker also plays Coltrane in the Gears of War series.
We are getting Camp Rock 3 next summer.
Oh.
So because there were so many unanswered questions from Camp Rock 2.
A lot of people love those, though.
And in news that will make my wife extremely happy, next month, as the second half of season 22 of Grey's Anatomy kicks off, Kate Walsh will be returning in a guest starring role.
Oh.
So she doesn't know. I haven't told her yet. Apple TV has renewed Your Friends and Neighbors for season 2, and that will kick off on April 3rd. That's the John Hamm thing.
Yes.
And they've renewed Tehran for season 4 even before the season 3 premiere happens. But season 3 will feature Hugh Laurie.
I heard great things about that show.
So from the Rachel Wimberly department, Hallmark has renewed When the Call's the Heart for season 14 with Lori Loughlin returning. So, yeah. According
is it a work release thing or is that done?
According to Rachel, there's a parallel show to it on another network that she's already returned on. So, HBO Max has renewed The Chair Company for season 2.
It's on the list, but I can't bring myself to start it.
It's kind of weird. It's just when
after Friendship, I want nothing to do with it.
But
and apparently he's talking trash about Kyle Mooney now for some reason.
It's interesting to say the least, but I mean it has the following.
If you watched, I think you should leave. I've heard that it's in that same vein.
It's been 4 years, but season 3 of Euphoria will kick off in April.
And people are thinking it's not going to be great.
Season 3 of The Comeback, they're bringing back that show with Lisa Kudrow. Andrew Scott joins the cast. It's going to be, her character's name is Valerie Cherish, and it's only going to be one season. But the storyline is going to be her getting cast in the first sitcom to be written by AI. It comes in March.
Oh.
So.
I thought Andrew Scott was already in that.
No, I just said they joins the cast. The History Channel announced yesterday that season 17 of Swamp People will kick off January 7th at 8 Eastern. You think after 17 years, wouldn't they have enough money to get out of Swamp?
These are the kind of people that don't want to leave.
Okay, fair enough. Netflix has said season 2 of The Boyfriend will start January 13th. There'll be 15 episodes dropping over 4 weeks. I thought that was an interesting little bit.
I've never even heard of this.
Season 3 of The Night Agent will start February 19th. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that.
Hasn't that been a few years since the second season?
It's been at least a year.
Yeah.
You're getting another a sitcom, I think, Alex, you will be interested in next month.
Go on.
Called Free Bert, starring Bert Kreischer. So Off air. Okay, but the subject matter of it is his middle kid wants to get into a prestigious private school, so he has to go back to his career so that he can afford to pay for it.
I mean, he's a funny guy, but I'm going to watch.
And season 2 of Rivals will be coming next year. So Paramount Plus / CBS has signed up, Don, this would be interested to you. They've signed a marketing deal with Arsenal. So not necessarily to carry the matches, because as we know, NBC Peacock pretty much owns the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to be doing a lot of crossover marketing work with their shows and Arsenal.
Interesting.
Well, what kind of thing would they show in Arsenal? Like behind the scenes or something? Or
no.
Like...
There's talk of a behind the scenes series, but that hasn't been committed yet. But they're talking about just using it to promote Peacock shows. I'm sorry, Paramount shows.
Quick update. The Night Agent's first season was back in 2023. There was a gap. The second season was actually the beginning of this year, so I was way off.
All right, fair enough. And they've renewed both Boston Blue and Sheriff County for season 2.
Okay.
So you get some more of say hello to your mother for me. Well, his brother anyway.
You mean the Temu version?
And Marina Baccarin. Always a good excuse to have her on my television.
Don't need an
Peacock
excuse.
Universal has canceled Deal or No Deal Island after 2 seasons.
There was
Watched
a second
one.
season.
Never watched one.
The man Jello hosted it. And they're doing, I don't think this has anything to do with the movie, but there's a new series debuting February 9th called The Burbs with Keke Palmer.
That cannot.
It doesn't appear to be the same storyline, but it is definitely pretty intense.
Okay.
TV on DVD and Blu-ray this coming Tuesday. You'll get season 3 of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon. And in 2 things I never thought I would say in the same sentence, shout out to Steven Zimmerman, whose birthday was this past weekend. Ultraman, the Yuletide collection. Why not? Now
Okay.
let's flip the coin, get into movies and stuff we watched this week in a movie capacity. I will go last because I have a list.
The only thing I have has a review up on our website at www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
That's
Our
our
website.
And as I said in that review, to just be brief, if you like Kill Bill, you're going to want to see the whole bloody affair. But it's going to be a while because it is 4 hours and 35 minutes, 15-minute intermission, which means Quentin Tarantino had to make a pot joke and make it 4:20. But if they offer you to watch the last chapter or the lost chapter, leave. Just leave. Don't.
Is that the only one you got for this week?
That's the only one I got this week.
All right, Don.
So you're saying real fast, the add-on that they had, that little extra, wasn't worth it?
Wait. It turns out there's 2 things in that scope, Don.
Okay.
There is added footage within the movie that does a phenomenal job with what it does. I loved it.
Okay.
I went into depth in it in the review. The extra thing they did in Fortnite is basically a 10-minute commercial for Fortnite.
Okay.
And it is the premise, the concept, very interesting. The execution probably has an audience that will love it, but I'm not a Fortnite guy. So to me, it just took me out.
So I saw a movie that's my review is also on www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
That's still our website.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
2.
Part 2. So the first one's better in a nutshell.
Okay.
I like the first one.
It got too complicated. I know they tried following the video game. Like the second video game was off this film, the first one off the first video game. Just got a little too weird with complicated plots in there for the film. If they make a third, please make it better than this one. Don't go in that down range. Go try to do it, dip up. But if you like the film, go for it. But watch it streaming service at home.
All right, I'm going alphabetically.
Okay.
Now, part of this is I will be doing a double feature every week because I have a lot of sequels that I've got to get through.
Okay.
So I have 2 this week that I went through. Just because it's been 2 weeks since we had a show. Starting with the last movie I watched before I started in show prep in The Alto Nights, where De Niro plays 2 different roles.
Mm-hmm.
To a generation that does not identify with Goodfellas or Casino, probably enjoyable.
Oh, I see where this is.
Being a man of a certain age who holds The Godfather in the regard that I do, it's good. It's not great. It's good. And if anything from this, voters need to pay attention to Deborah Messing in this movie. She's absolutely phenomenal.
Oh, interesting.
I didn't know it was her at first.
Okay.
Next up, we have Becoming Led Zeppelin. It's okay.
You had high hopes for this.
I mean, the sound field's fantastic. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But it just doesn't go deep enough for me.
What's the plot of that one, basically, in a nutshell?
It's about the band Led Zeppelin becoming.
It's how they started or during the whole time frame? What's the whole thing?
It doesn't cover everything. I'm hoping there's a second volume of this.
Okay.
So I watched Die My Love with
I remember your one-line review to me.
First of all, Alex, do not ever watch this movie.
You told me this. Yes.
Right. And I'm saying it because there are certain aspects of this that Sean would need to buy a new TV. because you would destroy your television.
Understood.
And then you would ask for eternal sunshine of the spotless mind so you don't have to remember watching it again.
Understood.
Performances are great. This movie sucks. It's that simple. It's
So it's a different version of the Smashing Machine.
2025 seems to be the year of people descending into madness, dysfunctional families, and tortured artists. Like, that's the theme of film in 2025. I watched.
So what's the film again that you said?
It's called Die My Love. It's Jennifer Lawrence and Robert Pattinson and Sissy Spacek and Nick Nolte, and it's basically about a couple who inherits a house in the country and has kids, and her descent into madness.
Is that film, or is it going to be on streaming? Do you know? Or
I'm sure it'll be on streaming. It's theatrical right now.
Okay, that's what I said. I don't know if it's a Netflix release or whatever.
We got a streamer link for it.
Okay.
Screening. I watched G20 this week. This is on Prime Video. This is cheesy fun.
Okay.
I don't want to screw this up, so give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
What if I told you Viola Davis plays the President of the United States?
I believe she's done that before, too.
With Anthony Anderson as the first mister. They're going to the G20 summit, which is taken over by economical terrorists, and that in South Africa, and then stuff happens. Like, it's not a bad movie.
Yeah, it is.
But it's no. Have you seen it, Don?
Yes, I have.
How come you haven't mentioned it on stuff we watched this week? Because this is where you would do that.
Because I got when it was a.
This
few
is
months
why
ago.
you have to keep a list of the movies you see, like I tell you every year, especially when we get to year end, so you'll know where your top 10, your bottom 10, and everything between fall. It's not a bad movie. It's cheesy. It's better than The Beekeeper.
That's a higher bar for me than for you, though.
I like Beekeeper better than that. So this we disagree, but it's
an hour 48. You're in, you're out.
Yeah.
One of my double features this week. Both of these films are on Netflix. The Ice Road and Ice Road Vengeance. I dove in this week, gentlemen.
Oh no. Bracing for impact.
So, The Ice Road. A pre-Prey Amber Midthunder is in this.
Love her.
Lawrence Fishbone is in this. Not quite sure why.
You mean Fishburne?
Sure.
Okay.
Liam Neeson's here with this movie. Liam Neeson's, he has his brother who's dealing with PTSD that he got overseas.
They don't specify?
Well, you find out more in the second one.
Gotcha.
I'll get to that in a minute. His brother, obviously American, veteran. I want to believe, just like I want to believe with Marky Mark, that he went to the director and was like, hey, man, like, he's my brother. He's supposed to be American. No, just be you, Liam. So the accent's still there.
Sean Connery is the Spaniard.
And it takes place in Canada. And they want you to remember that it takes place in Canada because just about everybody else in the film speaks with a Canadian accent. This,
I have a particular set of skills, eh?
God, this is bad. Then you get to Ice Road Vengeance, which has no ice road, and it takes place, and I'm going to screw this up if I don't do this. It has Bing Bing Fan in it, who I like a lot. It takes place in Nepal. where he's taking, you know what? I'm going to do this just because we have spoilers in
3, 2, 1.
Sometime between the first one and the second one, his brother passes away. So in his brother's will that he gives him before he goes off to the war, says his ashes are to be scattered at the top of Mount Everest. So we have to open the film with Liam Neeson's doing his best Tom Cruise Mission Impossible scaling the side of a mountain footage, so it would make sense that he'd want to go to Mount Everest. On the tour bus, and here's the only thing that ties these two movies together right now is him. That's it.
And part of the title?
Because there's nobody else in the first one in this, except for his brother in flashbacks. While they're on the tour bus to go to start climbing Mount Everest, a group of mercenaries take it over as they're chasing this guy whose grandfather is trying to get a dam built in their village that will help them with power and electricity and all these things. The only thing that ties these two movies together is the fact that this tour bus, driven by a man that for some reason is Australian, kinda, because certain things have the accent and certain things don't. The bus itself is an older model that's akin to the type of truck he drives in the first one. If that's not bad enough, at the end of the credits, it's a different title.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yeah. It says Ice Road 2 Road in the Sky.
That's hilarious.
Like, I even went, wait. I backed it up because I was like, did I just see this?
Title change.
You got the Asian title at the end?
If you go to the wiki page, there was a title change in the very end. I think maybe
no, but they didn't fix it in the credits, Don.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's what they probably missed it. And here's the thing: we watched it 2 weeks ago, but I was the Thanksgiving, and there is one correction. There is ice on the roads when they're going down that steep curve, but that's it for about 5 minutes of the movie.
Doesn't make it an ice road.
But it was still ice on there. They had it when they had tied on there going down. It's not bad.
It was just bad. Next up is it was just an accident.
Rob, may I throw in the other one I forgot I texted you about so that we can get that out of the way?
Yep.
There's another movie I watched this week that I've been trying to repress out because it might literally be the worst movie I've ever seen. Flight Risk, which is on HBO Max.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're going to be talking about that.
No.
But it is awful. And honestly, the only thing that makes it almost watchable is I feel like you can tell about 5 minutes into the movie, Topher Grace says, this script sucks. I'm just going to do my own thing.
Next up, it was just an accident. This is a foreign film about a guy who works in an auto mechanic shop, and the guy's car breaks down, comes in, and he believes that this guy was someone who tortured him after he was captured in the Middle East in a camp.
Mm-hmm.
And so he basically abducts the guy and goes to other people he knows that were in the prison with him, decide to verify whether it's him or not. It is a dark comedy. It's good.
There's a lot of buzz about it.
And it gets really intense towards the end.
Interesting.
So be prepared for that. I also watched the 2025 Lilo and Stitch.
How did you like it?
It was fun.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Courtney B. Vance
Yes.
The reason he did it was because the animated one scared his kids, and,
Oh,
and so he decided to take the role to tell them, hey, aliens aren't all bad. But it was fun.
I like how just about everybody from the animated has some kind of a role in it too.
Yeah.
That was a nice touch.
I also saw Park Chan-wook's latest. It's coming out in a couple weeks. No Other Choice.
Oh,
This is the guy that directed Old Boy, and there is a tie-in that he and Lee Byung-hun are hiring Neon's next summer intern for 2026. So if you want to be a part of that, there's applications are open through December 9th. So do a search on Neon Pictures and summer intern, because it's a weird URL. You'll be notified in January if you win. You have the opportunity to gain real-world experience with the Neon team. So that's kind of an interesting tie-in. This is a guy who works for the same company for 25 years, gets laid off, and is having trouble finding a new job. And that's where I'm going to leave it. If you guys want to know more, I'll tell you off air.
so it's a telling of hard times.
You could say that.
Okay.
It's interesting. I got to see Oh, What Fun with Michelle Pfeiffer. Dennis Leary's in this.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe Grace Moretz. A kid that Alex likes a lot that was in Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Oh, Dominic Sessa.
Dominic Sessa's in this.
Yeah, from the Holdovers.
Eva Longoria is in this. It's good. It's like I said in my review, currently located at www.theclubhousepodcast.com.
It's still our
Site.
website.
There is a part in the last 20 minutes that it goes off the rails a little bit. It's kind of weird. Doesn't really belong, but whatever. It's fun. My other double feature, I watched both editions of The Old Guard and The Old Guard 2 with the Charlize Theron. First one, 20 times better.
Oh, wow.
And they literally end the second one on a cliffhanger, and I'm like, I haven't heard an announcement for the third one. So
I believe there is a push, but even the studio's like, yeah, we got other things right now.
and the second one wasn't great. I saw The Secret Agent this week, also a foreign film. This is about a guy who is on the run. I don't want to say too much as the story unfolds. It's very good, but it's very long, and there's a lot of suspense to it. I also saw Sentimental Value this week. This is Stellan Skarsgård.
Stellar Skateboard.
As well as Elle Fanning. This is about, he plays a guy who's a writer-director who's dealing with the dysfunctionality of his two daughters and a new film that he's got that he wants one of his daughters to be in. She tells him no, so he gets Elle Fanning's character, and there's some weird dynamics there. I'm counting it as a foreign film because most of it is in Swedish, but there is some English to it.
Okay.
Then there's Surat. This is okay, so roll with me for a minute. The synopsis of this film is says it's about a guy who goes searching for his missing daughter in the Middle East in the rave culture. So
okay. A lot of EDM.
That's the first 30 minutes of it. This goes dark, and I would say it goes off the rails, but there were none to begin with.
Fair.
Not a bad film, but just prepare yourself for some moments where you go, whoa, 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 back this parade up a couple of floats. What? And if I say anything, it's major spoilers.
Fair.
Splitsville. This has Dakota Johnson in it. Basically, the story of a couple who decide she decides that she wants a divorce. He goes and meets. They were on their way to spend the weekend with some friends of theirs. Find out that their friends are in an open marriage, and so they decide
that one. Yeah,
good. It's not good.
Well, it has Dakota Johnson in it. Name me a good movie she's done.
She's also in my least favorite movie of the year, which might be 2 years in a row. The Thursday Murder Club on Netflix. I love this movie. Pierce Brosnan, Helen Mirren, Ben Kingsley. I just lost who plays one of the bad guys in this. But Pierce Brosnan just makes everything better. Naomi Ackel's in this. Jonathan Pryce, David Tennant, like Richard E. Grant. I loved this movie. This is basically based on a group of books about a group of people who live in a retirement community who spend time trying to solve cold cases, and then something happens, and they have a new lady that joins them, and the lady that plays the daughter of the new lady is actually the wife of the guy that wrote the book, which is kind of cool. Watch this.
Actually, the other kind of interesting with that is Pierce Brosnan and Helen Mirren also have Mobland on Paramount Plus. I wonder if there's some kind of, hey, we had fun doing this, let's do this.
It's fantastic. Go watch it. Alex, like I told you that
you were giving it effusive praise.
You and Faith need to watch this movie.
Pierce Brosnan one?
It's called the Thursday Murder Club on Netflix.
I think we already have, possibly.
I mean, okay, because I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Last one this week, Urchin. This is an independent film. Hold on one second, because I am going to screw this up too. It was written and directed by one Harris Dickinson. This is about a guy and his struggles with addiction. It's another one of those movies that there's not a single person in it with a redeeming quality, and it just became a slog after a while. And I like Harris Dickinson. He was in The Iron Claw, but this is not great. It's definitely an art house type of film. You know, whatever. All right, let's get into headlines. We've got a couple of casting notes for Shrek 5. Marcelo Hernandez, who I love from SNL, and Skylar Gisondo, who just keeps getting work. They're going to be playing Shrek and Fiona's sons in Shrek 5. So I'm very excited about that. Shout out to James Vanderbeek. He is actually selling both autographed and non-autographed replicas of his Varsity Blues jersey for a charity called Cancer Battle.
Nice.
That has actually helped him in his battle with cancer.
John Moxon.
So, I don't want your laugh. Let's get that character and Mark Wahlberg from Transformers and put him in a movie together. But I love that movie. I own the soundtrack. I don't care.
Oh, that's an amazing soundtrack.
Would you go to the prom with me? I love that movie so much.
Fire that pig skin.
In what could be one of the craziest headlines, because we got 2 weeks worth of stuff to do, so we're going to run late for sure. Leslie Odom Jr., have you heard about what he's working on, Alex?
I believe I have, but go for it.
He is adapting to a screenplay, a Rolling Stone article, which they're going to have to rename because it's called Dance with the Devil, which I think a lot of people might get confused with the Davis Dismulsion thing from last year. It was a Rolling Stone article that he's adapting to a screenplay and starring in, based chronicling Sammy Davis Jr.'s ties to the Church of Satan.
I am interested.
I was like, I did not know about this. I am intrigued by this.
The only church parallel I remember knew of for Sammy Davis involved a synagogue.
So I'll be interested to see what that works in.
But Leslie Odom is phenomenally talented. I don't care what that man does. It's worth watching.
A couple of great Christmas albums too, by the way. Speaking of Christmas albums, I want you to go out right now, and I want you to get this Christmas album. It came out in 2019. Alex, I think you'll really dig this. It's called Merry Christmas, Baby. I didn't know it existed until today. Edwin McCain.
Really?
Yes, and it's all kind of a New Orleans flavor to it. He was on B&T this morning, and he was like, I did this whole album, and everybody I brought it to was like, nope. He goes, and then I found it in 2019 in my closet. I'm like, we're releasing this. I bought it today. It's wonderful. Scarlett Johansson in talks to be part of the Batman 2.
There has already been some rumors about what role.
Rumors is the thing. There's nothing
Yeah.
solid yet. The only thing I can think of is either Barbara or Poison Ivy.
The rumors are neither of those, but I need to look up the character. Just a moment.
All right. While you're doing that, I'll give a headline for Dawn. because Don likes sequels so much and reboots.
Of course.
James Wan is producing a new Paranormal Activity film for Paramount.
The last three were some of the worst turds I've ever seen.
Oh, it's coming. Oh, and I can give you one worse than that. You
Yeah.
remember Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Oh, I know about this.
You remember this, Don?
Something vaguely.
They were the red and blue, and you do like this.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
You're getting a film written by and starring Vin Diesel. And it's live action.
I would like to point out that this has already been done, and it was a lot of fun. It's called Real Steel. Go away.
Yeah. Well, with the huge Axeman.
Yep. Real quick note: the rumor for Scarlett Johansson in the Batman 2. We'll see. I expect you to remember this name, Andrea Beaumont.
Okay. I was thinking Silver St. Cloud, but okay.
Mask of the Phantasm.
Yeah.
That's the rumor.
So they're going to do year 2.
Allegedly.
That's what Mask of the Phantasm is based on, Batman year 2. We have a ton of casting news from this Sam Mendes Beatles thing that's happening in 2020. David Morrissey is going to play Paul's father, Jim.
Okay.
Leland Best will be playing John's Aunt Mimi, who was very, very influential in his life. James Norton will be playing Brian Epstein.
Okay.
Harry Lloyd's going to play George Martin because you have to have both of them in this story.
Yep.
Bobby Schofield will play road manager Neil Aspinall. Daniel Hoffman Gill will be their roadie and confidant Mal Evans. Arthur Darville will be press officer and friend of the band Derek Taylor. And Adam Pally will be playing controversial music manager Alan Klein. So he's rolling it out. Let's just get this done, Sam. We've talked about a couple of your releases this week in movie theaters. Also this week, we have an anime of Jujutsu Kaisen Execution this week. We also have a movie that a couple of movies that I'm kind of interested in while I'm waiting to get to that screen. Merrily We Roll Along. This is a stage production that Daniel Radcliffe was in that they actually recorded. They're going to be releasing that this week. We also have something called Fackham Hall, Fackham. Damian Lewis is in this, Tom Felton, Thomason McKenzie. A new porter forms an odd bond with the youngest daughter of a well-known UK family as the Davenport family, headed by Lord and Lady Davenport, deals with the epic disaster of the wedding of their eldest daughter to her caddish cousin. A lot going on there.
Yeah.
We also have 100 Nights of Hero. Nicholas Galitzine is in this, as is the aforementioned Richard E. Grant. When a charming house guest arrives at a remote castle, the delicate dynamic between a neglectful husband and his innocent bride and their devoted maid hero is thrown into chaos. And you also have Frontier Crucible this week. This has William H. Macy, Armie Hammer, and Thomas Jane in it.
That's interesting.
It's a Western. A former soldier with a tragic past is thrown into an uneasy alliance with 3 outlaws, a beautiful woman, and her injured husband to battle the harsh elements and hostiles in a desperate bid for survival in Arizona in the 1870s. So, movies on DVD and Blu-ray this week. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Hashira Training Arc, if you've got about 4 hours to kill. Soul on Fire, which is a brand new faith-based movie that I'm interested in. The Strangers Chapter 2, as we're getting another one of those in the coming months. The 1997 4K Steelbook for Anaconda, because we got that happening on Christmas Day. The 40th anniversary limited edition Steelbook for the Blues Brothers.
Nice.
The show Gary Murray, one of his favorite movies ever.
Yep.
A 4K Steelbook for Catch Me If You Can. A 4K release for Disney's The Emperor's New Groove. We have a 4K Steelbook for The Innkeepers, one for Minority Report, and one for Southpaw. Arrow Video with a 4K release of Carlito's Way, which is a movie I might want to revisit. I saw it when I was in high school, and I didn't like it because it gives away the end in the beginning, and I don't like movies that do that. They're also doing releases for Shawscope Volume 4 for the Shaw Brothers and Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. Imprint is doing Blu-rays with production books for G.I. Jane and The Last Seduction this week. Scream Factory releasing a 4K steelbook for the 1974 Black Christmas and for Riddick. Shout Factory with a 4K steelbook for The Gray, and the Criterion Collection this week for I Know Where I'm Going. Got something special we want to share with you because we talk about all the cool stuff right here at Sunset Lounge DFW. Don, I don't think you've seen this yet. We want to send a shout out to Ashley, who did this.
Hello, it's Mike Reiner of Your Dark Companion here. Let me ask you, are you looking for something to fill the long dead air hours of your day? Well, join the Sunset Lounge DFW and Your Dark Companion on patreon.com, YouTube, and wherever you get your podcasts. Replace those sad, slow hours with sports, pop culture, music woven into interesting conversations. So step inside the green door, have a seat at the bar, and get in the groove with those shows and so very much more.
That Chrome logo thing at the end is so cool.
Yeah, it is.
And now this. We are in the second half of the show, which is the Chief Podcast, your one-stop shop for all things as it pertains to the world of professional wrestling. Boys, we're going to dive right in as we tend to do. We want to send a very big shout-out to Jonathan Gresham, who will return to the ring February the 1st after having 2 strokes this year. He'll be doing a match for Super Power Slam Wrestling. So shout-out to Jonathan Gresham. Very excited for you, sir.
Absolutely.
Big news from TNA. Starting January 15th, Impact will be on AMC, the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have Hulu Live. Then you got to keep your TNA Plus membership because Hulu does not have AMC, which is fine by me because I have TNA Plus anyway. Tomorrow, and by the way, that first episode, January 15th, will be in R. Fairburg at the Curtis Culwell Center. 2 nights later is now Genesis, which I'm assuming is in the same place because
They have announced it is at the Culwell Center.
January 17th for that. Tomorrow night is Final Resolution. I got 3 pleas in the next 48 hours, Don.
Yeah.
Because we got Final Battle tomorrow night, we got Final Resolution tomorrow night, and then we've got Deadline on Saturday night.
Okay.
Are we sure it's not Final Deadline to keep the trend?
Could be, if there's a bloodline involved. I don't know. We also want to send our best to CM Punk and AJ Lee, who lost their dog this week. It kind of makes Punk's jacket from Survivor Series a little bit more sense that it said Larry's dad, and he just put his hand over it when he kneeled. Anytime you lose a family member of any form, it sucks. And Larry brought so much joy to so many people. And so we want to send our best to them because he was a huge part of their life and vice versa. On the other end of that spectrum, we want to send our best out to Pat McAfee and his lovely wife. They're expecting their second child. They're having a son.
Shout out Sam.
So Survivor Series was a thing. You've got your new Intercontinental Champion of Dominic Mysterio. Enter Liv Morgan. I'm so glad I actually started this on delay, which does work on ESPN, but it doesn't work as well on the phone because when I tuned in, it was 53 minutes in and I went to go rewind it and I already knew how the first match ended. There were 4 matches on this card.
3.5, really.
And then doing full 3-minute commercial breaks, 3 to 4 minutes. I was glad I was able to fast forward them. But man, got to do something, kids. Because man, I was able to finish on time because I was able to get caught up. Being 53
because in a 4-hour show, there were 2 hours of commercials.
Being 53 minutes late, I got to the post game in real time. If that tells you anything. So we have our masked man.
So the other day of Survivor Series, I called AT&T because I had an issue with my Uverse. And I went to discuss, the bill because it went up. They give me the discount back. But the lady goes, "Oh, by the way, you're with Uverse and DirecTV. Now you get the free ESPN Plus now."
Yeah.
I'm like, what? So let me send you the link. And so now instead of having to pay $30 a month, I get the full ESPN, and I was able to watch Survivor Series that night live as it went.
Yep,
And I'm playback now.
That's why I changed to Hulu Plus, Hulu Live TV, because that gives me that too.
Yeah, so it's like it's free with Uverse. And what I've been hearing is ESPN ain't too happy right now because they're not making the big bucks they thought they would be. That's why
that's kind of been debunked. It's just Freddie Prinze talking about secondhand.
Yeah. Because
all of a sudden it's free now. I don't have to pay $30 a month to get the please. I'm good.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze had HSOs on that, and both WWE and ESPN came out and they're like, no, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
We had the Masked Man show up towards the end. The prevailing theory is that it is Austin Theory that Alex has been championing for months now.
Yep.
We'll see how that all works. I thought we'd know Monday night. I guess we didn't. I wonder if they're holding that for Saturday night's main event.
I believe that's what the payoff. Actually, you know what the payoff's really probably going to be? January heavyweight championship match.
Yeah. On Raw, just as a note for those of you that pay for the larger package on Netflix, I did start it right after it ended, and it did skip the commercials for me.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't do it live. It wouldn't do it to me on delay, but as soon as it ends, it does it for you. So you don't have to wait.
It'll actually be deeper in. Once you get past, I think it's the first half of the show, it'll start skipping commercials.
Oh, is it? Okay, because I was at the 50-minute mark and it still gave me commercials.
Yeah. We always start about 90 minutes late.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind, and we'll test that out this week. God bless you, Solo Sikoa. Whether it was intentional or not, the way his eyes bugged out after that chop was classic. Love that.
Dude has more charisma in his little finger than we ever gave him credit for.
I'm always, and I know you hate signs, but anytime somebody has a sign that says, I love double E, I giggle like a child.
You know what? I am going to give credit to one sign, though. The big fat head with the hands in the crowd where they had it. That was pretty good.
And Becky's bra in that promo, was that a shout out to her husband?
I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
She has a feature in one of the WrestleMania promos.
Oh, you're talking about the pockets?
Yeah, was that a shout out to her husband? What was
I
that?
have no baseline for this.
That was a decision. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Deadline again this Saturday night for NXT. Nothing really to talk about there. Full Gear was a thing. That happened. That happened since the last time we did a show. Alex was kind enough to start this on delay for me. I still had to leave because it got so late, and there was still another hour after I left, apparently.
Well, what was the text I sent you? The main event started 4 hours and 5 minutes in or something like that.
It's
too long.
Get a handle on this, kids.
The whole bloody affair, quick, snappy, you can do 4.5 hours. Wrestling, you're going to have to really do something.
And not a lot to really write home about from that show.
I mean, a surprise title change, but that's pretty much it. Everything else, it was a perfect example of what we've said about AEW. We know where we're going, but entertain us along the way.
They did announce that Revolution will be at the Crypto.com arena in Los Angeles on March the 15th. So get ready for that. Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne are now the mega problems.
I hate it. I hate it so much.
Accordingly.
See, I still wanted them to call them Bane and Pain.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that a lot better. And Claudio Castagnoli is your new CMLL world champion, but he did not have the belt last night.
Yes, he did.
Oh, did he? I never saw it.
Yeah, no, he had it when he came out from the crowd when he was at the top of the stairs. He was wearing it.
And by the way, if you watch Dynamite on delay, you do get the overrun.
Mm-hmm.
But
especially if you do it on HBO Max.
Yeah, well, if you do it on HBO Max, you get it regardless. But watching it on Hulu, it would cut me at the 2-hour mark, and then I wouldn't get the rest of it. So I'd have to go to HBO Max and fast forward to the end. Winter is Coming is next week in Cardiff.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun. And for the record, that candy cane was not wrapped in barbed wire. It was just regular wire. Like, when you're going to talk about that when the camera's on a full close-up,
yeah,
maybe sell it right. And I don't know what constituted a death match. That was
just
a hard
because it was no rules. I guess they were just using the term.
Ring of Honor Final Battle is tomorrow night at the exact same time as Final Resolution. So I was going to try to split screen, but I was going to watch them separately.
That's fair.
I just want to relax and watch TV.
Mhm.
Roosh is out with a knee injury, which is why Sammy had to pivot on the tag team titles. And I was shocked that Serena Deeb did the job to Yuma Sakazaki in the women's pure tournament. I really thought your final was going to be her and Deanna.
This is one of those where I like Yuka Sakazaki, but there's a reason why she wins. Her husband,
Who is?
Takeshita.
There you go. I was sad to see that Queen Aminata could not compete. I think that match with her and Deanna Prato would have been awesome. But Deanna's in kind of a face run right now. So
She's always a face to me.
Yeah. I had to stop Ring of Honor with 2 matches to go, both of them women's matches, one being the Mercedes Moné match, and then this other semifinal for the pure match, because the finals are tomorrow night. So we'll see how that goes. Anything else you boys want to talk about?
Don?
Just yeah. I was surprised that I'm getting ESPN for free. That was the big thing. I'm like, well, that's surprising.
Well, and Don, look at some of the other, like the Premier League and stuff that you'll be able to watch now too, live. That's always been on ESPN Plus that you haven't been able to watch before.
Oh, really?
Like Wrexham.
Oh, okay. Because the Premier League, I'm thinking, because that's already on Peacock.
But I'm just saying, like all of the European soccer stuff. That
okay.
There's a ton of it on ESPN Plus.
Oh, I didn't know that. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that was really nice. Just like, oh, it's free now. I'm like, really?
Yeah. Well, you have a cable provider, so anybody with a cable provider, I think they forget about you first because you're one of like 19 people that still.
But originally it wasn't. When I went in, I had to say if you want.
Right, but if they were doing it for DirecTV, they were going to have to do it for you first.
Yeah. So I think when that deal went through, so I'm happy now on that. So.
Okay. A couple of notes that I wanted to get in at the first half of this show, but we kind of jumped. We have a big change with the change from UFC going from ESPN to Paramount. They have stated the hour forward move is going to be the standard going forward. The main cards will now start at 9 p.m. Eastern rather than 10 p.m. Eastern. So maybe I won't have to be up until midnight. Nice. And they have stacked that first card. And I kind of feel like this last ESPN pay-per-view in a couple of days is a middle finger to ESPN because I could not care less about this card. But
yeah, I like the announcement the way they did it during Black Friday football. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. The other one we have is, if you remember earlier this year, us talking about Ninja and an entire series of animated films from China that are really, really good. Ninja 2 is the highest grossing animated film of all time, grossing over $2 billion. And it is now no longer going to Peacock. It is going to HBO Max.
And you don't necessarily have to watch the first one. I kind of like the fact that I watched the second one before I watched the first one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I now have the first one on Blu-ray.
Oh, there you go.
I when you and I watched it on Peacock, we had already watched the second one.
I remember watching it in the theater. I don't remember. I know we watched the first Ninja. I didn't know you watched the second one.
I saw the first one after I saw the second one because
I didn't know you had watched the second one even at this point.
The second one the week after you did, because remember I told you it was in 3D in the IMAX.
That's right. It was another screening.
Yep. Because you got it cinema. I saw it in the 3D IMAX.
Yeah, me and 3 other people in the entire Dolby Cinema.
And that's kind of what it was for the one I saw. There wasn't more than 20 people in that IMAX theater.
It's shocking how poorly it did over here because it is so good.
And coming in a couple of weeks, we will have the North Texas Film Critics nominations for their end of the year awards. That's part of the reason I'm trying to get as many movies in as I can so I can make sure that my nominations are what they're supposed to be. So, and those will be due next Friday, end of day.
19th.
Oh, in 2 weeks.
I thought they were due next Friday, Don.
Hold on. Let me, because I put it
I think this is an off-air discussion, guys.
Yeah, just check it for me. Do make sure you check out the QR code that's right over there. You can find out everything you need to know from our social medias. You can follow me on all your social medias if you'd like. Everything is Yes That Rob Irvin, spelled ERVIN. It's right there.
I'm Vexploit on all social media. If you'd like to help out the show, please go to ProWrestlingTees.com. Search for the Cheap Popcast. We got a lot of different designs, a lot of different color options within those designs. If you're an artist and you want to contribute a design or have a tweak, you'll get 100% of the proceeds of any shirt sold, and you can send that to me at alex@theclubhousepodcast.com.
Where else to get those awesome shirts that make me look good, even me. ProWrestlingTees.com/cheap podcast. On Twitter, I'm at Moonu. IGBNUU. If you want this master your place to email me, Don to clubhousepodcast.com.
Email Don for information on how we can come do a live show. We love doing live remote shows. By the way, it was 15 years ago today that we did our very first live remote show when it was Cody and I down at Dallas Market Hall hanging out with Big Don. We miss you, sir. You can email me questions, comments, concerns. Tell me to go pound sand. I am Rob at theclubhousepodcast.com. Charlotte Marshall's on Pinterest because we are morally obligated to say that. Our normal show. What? Oh, yeah. Do the thing at the bottom of the screen. Go to youtube.com/@Sunset Lounge DFW. Make sure you're subscribed and check out all the great shows. I want to send it again. Shout out Signal 51 Chronicles joining the family.
And if you're on vertical or watching on your phone, it may be at the top. We're aware.
I just work here. Our normal show every Thursday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, is your one-stop shop for all things sports, entertainment, pop culture, and pro wrestling. So until next time, for Alex, for Don, for the Empire, I'm Rob. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Hold on. Clubhouse is closed. And, I've been doing a lot of cleaning around the house and stuff and remodeling. Found a couple of my Brittany Palmer autographed calendars.
There you go.
Simpler time, people. Simpler time.
This is a Stolen Water Media production.